This is Tank's Vlog for March 22nd, 2019. The NCAA tournament is underway. And I'm not talking about the first four. I'm talking about the real March Madness. And even though today it basically was almost March blandness, as there were few close games, no real big upsets, which usually means something earth-shattering is going to happen in the later rounds. When the upsets don't happen in the first round, they come in the second round. And that is what causes many brackets to go poof. My brackets took a couple of hits today. Unfortunately, New Mexico State, huge letdown. Belmont lost a heartbreaker. And those are two teams I had going to the Sweet 16. Another Sweet 16 team I had losing was Syracuse, who is another team that always friggin' screws me come March. If I pick Syracuse to go out fast, they go out. They stay around. If I pick them to go to make a run, they go out fast. So let's take a look at what happened today and started off with Seton Hall. You know, I just didn't have a good feeling when I saw that they were matched up against Wofford. Wofford did not deserve to be a 7 seed. Wofford deserved to be a higher seed. Seton Hall was good for number 10, but they basically played a team that should have been probably a 4 or a 5. And Wofford went out there, won 84-68 as Fletcher McGee became the NCAA's all-time leading three-point shooter. Look for Fletcher McGee to be a good team will get him in the NBA, I believe. I don't think he's going to be a lottery pick, but I tell you, he'll be one of those picks, late round, first round picks that someone will get, and this guy will end up being a three-point assassin for many years in the NBA, sort of like a Kyle Culver. New Jersey's other team. Well, for Fairleigh Dickinson won its first 4 game, and then they had to go against Gonzaga. And it basically was a buzzsaw. The Knights found themselves down 53-17 at the half. Oh, it was fairly ridiculous, as Gonzaga won the game 87-49. Michigan State was kind of shaky in their matchup, as they trailed number 15 Bradley at the half, but came back won 76-65. Kentucky had no such issues, with Abilene Christian winning their game 79-44 after having a 39-13 lead at the half. It was Michigan. Last year they survived a scare against Montana. This year, not a problem, as they beat the Grizzlies 74-55. Florida State shook off a pesky challenge from Vermont 76-69. LSU got off to a hot start and had to hold on at the end, beating Yale 79-74. Good night, Ivy League. It was Purdue 61-48 over Old Dominion. As mentioned before, New Mexico State, team I had going to the Sweet 16, went down. You know, you try to pick these dark horses, and it always burns me. I always try to find that Cinderella, and I can never freaking find it. And it was Auburn beating New Mexico State 78-77. Kansas, a team that always messes my brackets up, did it again, beating Northwestern 87-53. If they get to the Sweet 16, watch out for them, because they're going to be playing home games in Kansas City, because the NCAA Tournament Committee is in love with them. I think like half the committee went to like Kansas or something, or they're after chanting Rock Chalk Jayhawk. How do they get so many games in Kansas City, Kansas? How many times has Kansas had to go through Kansas City to go through the friggin' NCAA tournament? That's a home game. That is a home game for Kansas. It was Florida 70-61 over Nevada. Villanova showing the championship muscle. Showing that muscle memory. Beat St. Mary's 61-57. Richard Pitino avenged his father's firing. 86-76 as Minnesota beat Louisville in the lone big upset of the day, if you call this an upset. Murray State beat Marquette 83-64. Everyone talks about Zion Williamson being the top NBA prospect, but keep your eye on Ja Morant. Jay Morant, is that how he says it? This guy is a star in the making. Triple-double, first triple-double in the NCAA tournament in 7 years since Draymond Green, who himself has had a good NBA career. It was Baylor shooting the lights out of Syracuse 78-69, and Maryland rallied to beat Belmont. Very disappointing for me. I was really wanted to see Belmont go on a nice run. 79-77. In the league where they pay for play, it was the Hornets stinging the Timberwolves 113-106. Another great individual effort by Karl-Anthony Towns goes for naught. The Nuggets got balanced scoring, with 5 players scoring 15 points as they beat the Wizards 113-108. Nuggets look like they might make a good run in the playoffs. They're the second seed right now, or tied with the Warriors overall for the best record in the West. So, the Nuggets could be setting themselves up for a good, nice run. It was the Hawks shocking the Jazz 117-114. The Pistons over the Suns 118-98. It was the Kings crowning the Mavericks 116-100. And the Warriors came out to play, beating the Pacers 112-89. NHL, Devils, their dreadful season continues as they were beaten up by the Bruins 5-1. Of course, the Devils just ravaged all season with injuries. Just never stood a chance. It was the Panthers 4-2 winners over the Coyotes. The Lightning, another winning streak for the Lightning, 120 points. Nobody else has 100 points yet in the NBA NHL. 6-3 winners over the Hurricanes. Le Canadien blanked the Islanders 4-0. 28 save shutout for Carey Price, his 4th shutout of the season. It was the Blues 5-2 winners over the Red Wings as Ivan Barbashov got his first career hat trick. In a shootout, it was the Penguins 2-1 winners over the Predators. The Flyers were 3-1 winners over the Blackhawks. Had just about buried Chicago. Philip Grubauer had 44 saves as the Avalanche kept their playoff hopes alive with a 3-1 win over the Stars. Mike Smith, on the day before his birthday, got the win as the Flames scorched the Senators. The Oilers beat the Blue Jackets 4-1. It was the Vegas Golden Knights beating the Jets 5-0, and it was the first career shutout for Malcolm Subban in that one. Of course, that's PK Subban's brother. And the Kings rallied to beat the Sharks 4-2. That's a costly loss for San Jose in their hopes to winning the Pacific Division. And the Mariners and Athletics wrapped up their 2-game series in Tokyo And as expected, Ichiro announced his retirement before the game. Unfortunately, he went hitless, but got a nice ovation from the fans of Japan. Next stop for Ichiro is Cooperstown. But his Mariners were able to get a second straight win, beating the Athletics 5-4. Today's 3 stars are Jay Morant of Murray State with that triple-double. Philip Grubauer, who had 44 saves with only allowed 1 goal for the Avalanche. And Gabe Kalisher, who led Minnesota over Louisville. Today's birthday shout-out goes to the Mets' newest closer, Edwin Diaz. Hope he's good, hope he's good, hope he is good. Who turns 25. And we take a look back to 1969, when Lou Alcindor ended his college career with another championship. Lou Alcindor, back then they couldn't let, the freshmen were not allowed to play, so he only played 3 years at UCLA. All 3 years, national champions. All 3 years, most outstanding player of the NCAA tournament. Overall record in that 3-year span, 88-2. 88-2. Check out the full story at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.